So guys, big Cambodian holiday. It's hotter than two rats banging in a wool sock here in Georgia, man. It's like almost 100 degrees. I did a tattoo early on. Didn't really have anything to share. But I had a person ask me, let me look right quickly and I'll tell you exactly who it was. 1 second, guys. I wasn't prepared. Imagine that. HW underscore customizer 04 on Instagram. He had asked me a couple of days ago, and I'm sorry I got to you late, brother. Kids, family, tattoo, the usual bullshit. Well, I love all of it. I'm just saying the usual shit got in the way of stuff. But basically, he was asking me, and I've had KP ask me, I've had several of my buddies ask me if I could ever do a video showing weathering techniques, because like this you can do it, this old gasser here, see the guy in there, pretty cool. But I do weathering that has texture and whatnot, and I would like to think that it's pretty convincing, which some of it, I want to show you several techniques, but some of it actually has real rust involved. Others is just techniques from building plastic models and talking to plastic or model railroaders and shit of that nature. But it's no mystery. If you follow me enough on here, you know I like pretty shit. You know, I like nice, clean looking stuff that'll zoom. Come on. What the hell? Yeah, that'll zoom in. But I also like dirty shit. Like dirty shit's some of my favorite. For example, William Witters gave me this car, and it's pretty rough. I already primed the front end to give it a look of an old gasser, like a fiberglass front clip. But the back, I'm gonna booger it up worse than it is now. I like old, rusty, raggedy shit with nice motors in it. That's just how I roll. Long story short, um, there's several different techniques. For example, and I don't have time. I'm at work, so I don't have time to actually pull out all the equipment, but I'm going to break it down to you. Like, for example, this was one of the Atari cars. I'm sure you guys remember that. And what I did, I left the original Real Riders. I put some bullshit in the back. And you can see there's different levels of patina on this one. And of course, I left the back door off. I still got to go through and screw the interior up on this thing. But basically, this was done with real rust. And the way anybody can do this, it's pretty inexpensive to do. What you'll need is go somewhere like Big Lots, the dollar store. I don't believe in, I try not to put a shitload of money into these things other than buying them, but you can get yourself some Brillo pad, and they come in pretty good size packets. They're not much, and it'll last you. It goes a long way. You can even reuse what I'm going to tell you. Get yourself a Tupperware bin, and you'll take the steel wool, you'll take hydrogen peroxide and vinegar. Put it in a container, let it sit. It automatically makes rust. The longer you leave it, the better it gets. I mean, we let it sit in the back for 8 months, and progressively each time that we used it, it got better. Now, when you're doing this method, you're going to have to layer it. What I did is I had a diffuser like a blow dryer to speed up the process. So one layer is not going to achieve this, and you can even make this further along. I just kind of liked it. It's got like almost a gold patina with stains and whatnot. But put a layer on. Don't really brush it so much. Kind of dab it on there, blow dry it, dab it, blow dry it to the consistency that you like. Well, then there's there's this guy here, and if you look at this one, you can see the front end. You can see that there's remnants of white paint. You can see texture. I fucked up and dropped it. Did the KP action right there. Gotta touch that part up, but you can see how the patina is still there from like a finding it out in a barn or whatever. There's still white paint revealing through. So this one's partially in progress. Now what I did on this one is I just thinned down some matte finish military paint and just kind of dab it and layer it until I got to the level that I wanted. But you can, if you were here, you could touch this thing, and even though this is not the real rust, it has texture just like a real rusty car. So that's two methods. On this one, I did a mix of, let's see, the front of it is just regular flat black paint to give it a nice smooth like fiberglass appearance. The sides, the roof, the trunk. What I did there, the trunk, I took typical bullshit paint like acrylic shit you can get at Michael's or whatnot. I wanted the trunk to be a match, like it had a small accident and had to get a junkyard trunk. So I took and I put on a real pale blue to resemble the powder blue that come on 55 Chevys. Put that on. Got all my weathering like I needed by using thin down paint. Matte finish got to be matte or it's not going to look right. And then take, you can take, you can either take a Prismacolor pencil, which works out real nice, or Prisma makes little chalk pastel sticks. They look like a little plank almost. They're square and long, rectangular, whatever. Take one of those, you can crush it up fine and get still one of your wife's makeup brushes or applicators or whatever, and you can gently blend so that it gives that nice blend, because usually rust is not real abrupt stop. It'll have a nice, even though it's rusty, it has a smooth transition between the patina. So that's how I did this one. Then you got this guy. I wanted this guy to just be dirty and muddy and such. Oh, and on this one, once you've done all your stuff, take some matte finish clear coat, put over it to protect it, to seal it, to smooth it out even further. And then this guy, basically the windows, how they're foggy looking, I took and put the matte finish on the window. And if you look, there's mud and such and dusty because it's an off-road vehicle. I figured Kangaroo Crossing, it needed to be rough and dirty looking. And so basically that's thin down brown with the same feathering technique that I was talking about. And you guys, if you don't mind too, answer, you know, if you think these cars are good. I mean, surely there's other people out there that make better ones than mine, but I think they're pretty convincing. Come on. But yeah, so let me know. And then, like I say, that one was mainly paint. I thought the KC lights on this one were pretty sick, but you guys, let me know what you think of the customs too. Your input's important to me. I think other guys like yourself, if you would want one of these in your collection, I like to know these things, because some of you guys, I may not feel that, since I've only been collecting a couple of years, that if I sent you something in return for a trade, or if I just sent you a gift, that I would be giving something that you'd really love. So let me know, because some of those I may just you guys send me things, I may just put one of these together for you. Granted, these take a little longer than a wheel swap, but I think the love put into them, people hold that more dear when you send them something cool like that. And this was one of my very first customs, and you see it's rat rodish, kind of greasy looking. If the camera will zoom in, kind of greasy looking. A little bit of tampo still left. Got a see that shifter in there, and put some NASCAR tires on it. And basically, I just gave it a look like somebody took it out of an old field or a barn and made it functional like a rat rod. That one you can do several ways. Um, the majority of these you would follow with a flat matte finish clear over it to store everything, to keep it in there, just like any other clear coat. But that one you could take a combination. You could do a number 2 pencil or darker, grind it down on a piece of paper to get that like little shavings, if you will. Rub them in there like you want, get off the excess and flat coat it. Or you could also take the, if you look, the roof area, if I can get it just right. Come on, guys. Yeah, the roof area there and the hood also have a little bit of brown tinge to them. That's some more of that rusty color deal, and that could also be done with a color pencil too. And then this one's a beast here. This is one of my favorites. I think everything about this one did great. Even though this camera is the shit, I feel that even nothing's gonna give you real life like real life, but it's still got the tampos. It's got you see where the windshield wipers have been working. It's rusty, it's dirty. But I even did the trailer on this thing. So even the trailer is got rust streaks and stuff. And I mean, it follows out all the way to the fifth wheel. I still got to put a set of smokestacks on that one. But long story short, it's a combination of all these. You can even change your color of your rust. Go on Google, look at rusty cars. A lot of them, they're not one solid color. They'll have a yellow hue to them. They have a brown, a reddish brown. That's what I do. I just, in my spare time, I save a shitload of pictures of rusty shit so that I can duplicate it. But I may be able to do a more thorough video one day when I got the time to show you some of the actual equipment. But I think you can always rewind on some of this shit if you didn't catch it all and re-listen. But let me know what you guys think of the cars, if they're cool, convincing. And let me know. Send me some pics if you Instagram with me, or make a little video and show me some of the results. And hopefully you guys will be able to do some of this too to your liking. And like I say, I'll get a more thorough video. I'm already at 14 minutes, but I'll do a more thorough video. And for starters, this is a good little way to get you going. And so let me know what you think, guys.